Hey y'all, it's Cindy Tauchar, and I've got Cindy Cobb here with me today, and we are with David Fehr, who, if you've been under a rock and don't know, he's the director of Attache Show Choir in Clinton, Mississippi. And Attache has really just put Clinton on the map. I will tell you, when I used to live all over the country, and I would tell people where I was from, and I mean, in San Francisco, in Cincinnati, wherever, people would always go, Clinton, Mississippi, oh, Attache Show Choir. And I would go, yeah. And unfortunately, I have no musical ability, and I was not in Attache Show Choir when I went to Clinton. So I couldn't, go, oh, yeah, I was in it. But I always kind of wanted to lie and say I was. But anyway,
you've always supported it.
I did. I bought tickets. Thank you for being here with us today. Tell us about how long has Attache been in existence?
It's the 39th year of Attache. Miss Winona Costello was the director for 12 years, and then when she decided that was enough, she told the powers that be to come get me from Illinois. So when people say, why are you in Mississippi? I say, well, they flew me down twice. And look at me and I say, well, I didn't say yes the first time. Then I made them fly my wife Mary and I down here, and we liked the trees and liked, we grew up in Illinois, but we grew up 100 miles south of Chicago. So it was just like here. Nice rural area, grew up on a farm, so.
Yeah. So you're just practically a Southerner now. Yeah.
My middle name's Earl.
Well, okay, tell us, now you have been here how many years out of the?
So that means we've been here 27 years
27 years you've been here. And since you've been here, Attache has won how many grand champions?
I think it's 80 out of 89.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
Yeah, when I was in high school, it had just been going on for, I guess, 3 or 4 years, and I cannot sing. Cindy and I got the gift of gab, but thank God. We cannot sing, but we can support by buying tickets. And I remember going and watching. We get to go during class. Do they still get to do that?
Mm-hmm. Homeroom performance was a week and a half ago.
And so I walked in my first show, I guess I must have been in the 10th grade, so that would have been 83 or so. I was completely blown away with not just the talent, the dancing, the whole system put together. And it seemed like it was so quick to me because it was only 3 years in existence, I guess, at that time. It's just amazing what y'all do with these kids.
They're capable of doing anything, so it's fun to watch them develop and have fun.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, because there is so much talent that comes out of this little tiny town in Clinton, Mississippi, and I'm always amazed at how talented these kids are. Are they just, is it something in the water, or do you take credit for that?
No.
Because you have, I mean, you do work with them, and
well, there's natural ability everywhere, but tradition's a great thing too. It has to be developed, and you have to work and teach fundamentals and train them, but then tradition goes a long way.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me, there are a lot of people, and I know there's no way we would be here till next week if we named everybody, but a lot of people have come out of Attache and done some great things. Kind of just tell us some of the things that some Attache alum are out doing in the world today that...
Well, I guess you start with Lance Bass of NSYNC.
Yeah, everybody knows Lance.
And actually a year or two before I got here, the drummer Keith Carlock. He is like the number
awesome.
1 or number 2 drummer in the world. Of course, we've got Shelley Fairchild, who's been on the Grand Ole Opry at least once a month for the last 2 years straight. That's unbelievable. You've got Heath Calvert, who's going to have his 5th Broadway show, Iron Mike.
Yeah, we saw him in New York when he did the Beach Boys when we went and saw that one.
That was his first, and now he's going to have his 5th Broadway show.
Wow.
We've got people teaching opera, of course, choreographers, April James, 94 graduate. She's like right at the top of the country as far as the best show choir choreographer. Dexter Bishop is dancing professionally in Chicago and teaches ballet at Hubbard Street, if anyone knows that name. That's big.
Yeah, he is phenomenal. I loved watching him when he was here, and I love the alumni things when he gets to come back and see him again.
We've got Eric Dalton in Branson. We've got Kellis McSparron in New Orleans with the ballet. Just so many are out there performing, and making a living doing this.
Yeah, it is amazing. And then there's others that have been very successful in other, not necessarily in music or dance, but have gone on to do things. And I think that honestly, what you teach them, I will say, my son was in Murphy was in Attaché, and he did tell me when he was interviewing, he said, I have to say that when I go in for interviews, my experience with Attaché just has made a world of difference. He said, I know how to present myself, I know how to speak clearly, which makes me so nervous when I'm around you because I don't have great diction. I'm a redneck. But, and so I'm
His
like
name
going,
is
oh
Earl,
gosh.
remember?
Okay. But you know, and I think that probably a lot of the confidence, you know, that you teach the kids, whatever field they go into, I think that it helps them. And I think that you have a whole lot to be proud of all these kids that have, you know.
Well, that's, you know, they're our kids. We don't have kids of our own, and at least we get to send them home to you at night.
Well,
but
thanks a lot.
I have a question. So if you have someone that's preparing to go into this, because most of the kids in Clinton, and any school that has a great choir program or a showcase, what would you tell them if they're wanting to be in your attaché? What do they need to be doing? What do they
prepare?
need to prepare, right?
Especially girls need to get into as good of dance as they can beforehand, but just have an imagination.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
You know, be creative. And don't worry about if you have never done anything, don't be scared. Everybody's scared. The best performers, you know, we get scared. You know, when I get nervous before a big show or things to do. But that's what, you know, that's good. Many times the shy ones are the best performers.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And you know, a lot of school programs, whether it be baseball, football, any kind of activity, the coaches are always want you to be dedicated to just that and nothing else. And what I really, really admire about you is you really encourage the kids to be a part of other things at the school, to be in athletics or cheerleading or anything else.
Right. I totally disagree with that concept. I grew up, like I said, on a farm outside a town of 800. There was 41 of my graduating class. So all of us were the baseball team. We were the basketball team. We did everything. And well-roundedness, there comes a time in life where you have to pick and choose, or say cheerleading. If you're a great singer, yeah, maybe cheering doesn't exactly
Just
sit
move
well
your
with
mouth.
with your voice. But you can gain so much by doing as many things as you can, as long as you can, and then that carries over, and actually that makes better teammates also, because they're so receptive of everyone else and their abilities.
Right. And somehow the Attaché kids seem to have great grades. And I mean,
We have 72% that just made honor roll the third quarter, and 43% were high honors.
Oh, wow. Well, let me ask you a question, because I know that when they hear your name with your successes through, you know, your career in Illinois and in here, you've got to be something that we don't know about you. I love this question, asking this question. If there's one thing that we don't know outside of the music world, outside of the kid world that you hang with, what is it that we would find interesting about you?
Well, some people, if you drive through Cascades, know this. I feed the ducks.
Oh, you do?
I go out and feed the ducks bread and got my little flock. And what's crazy now is the turtles come out of the water and eat bread too. So
oh my gosh.
How awesome.
You have a sweet side.
That's probably his stress reliever.
don't tell anybody.
That's probably his stress reliever.
Really?
Everybody has to have one.
Tell us about the review. It's coming up next week. We definitely want to let everybody know about that.
The review will be May 1, 2, 3, 4, 7:30 here at the auditorium. And of course, this year the competition theme is movies.
Oh, I love that.
So, and you will see the best of what we do. Mr. Allen is the pit director, Miss Morgan, the crew, but of course, everybody knows, it's no secret, the best is what Mary Fehr does.
Absolutely, Mary. And we haven't talked about her. She's the co-director, and she is the one who really puts the whole thing together. I mean, the look, the costumes, the background. I mean, tell us everything.
Anything you see, from the sets to the costumes to the programs to anything that you can see is her.
Yes.
And she is the most detailed person you'll ever know, and you will think you've gone to a Broadway show because you have.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. In fact, I've had one other Attaché mom. One time I gave her tickets to a Broadway musical that was going through town that had some extra tickets, and she came to me during intermission and she goes, "This is not nearly as good as Attaché." And I was like, yeah, anyway, and I said, I know we're just so used to so much excitement on the stage that if it gets mellow for a minute, she was like, I just realized how good Attaché is. And I said, yeah.
I'm excited because I was gone for 17 years, as y'all know. I moved back in 2009, and I lived between Clinton and Madison. So Wednesday night will be my first show since, I don't know when, a long, long time. So we'll be vlogging from here. I'm excited to see this because I have not seen your wife or you in production yet. So I'm going to call it. So I am so excited. Cindy said, let's go Wednesday. I said, okay.
And I did come to the alumni event, the alumni theater fundraiser that they do where the alumni come back and perform, and I did get to see the competition set, and it is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I mean, you wonder how anybody would even attend another competition. I mean, do people shy away from things when they know Attaché's coming?
Depends. We had made back in 2008 and 2009, a certain California school got the best of us 2 years in a row.
Oh, wow.
And then, so we found them in Ohio in 10, and then went to California in 12, 14, 16, and 18. And golly gee, they didn't make it in 16 and 18 when we went out there.
That is awesome. Well, having lived in Clinton from the age of 10 to 22 and then back in Mississippi, it's just amazing what you've done, and we thank you for having that heritage for our Clintonians and our kids. My niece is trying out for ambassadors today. I'm like crossing everything on my whole body, including my hair. She wants to make it so bad, but I know that what you're doing is great for our city, and we thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And just tell me one thing I ask everybody is what's your latest obsession?
We have a new puppy. So
You're really getting soft
the
on
name?
this.
his name is Jackson with an X.
What kind? Jackson with an X. What kind?
He's a mini Labradoodle.
Oh, how big will he get?
He's gonna be small. Well, hopefully 11 to 15 pounds.
Oh, they're the sweetest. Well, congratulations. We love our fur babies.
Oh yeah. And speaking of fur babies, I'm just going to go straight into thanking my sponsors. The first one is Huntcliff Veterinary Clinic, where my fur babies go, and they take great care of my animals. They will take great care of yours. My other sponsor is Odom's Eye Care. They're the oldest eye care clinic in Jackson, Mississippi, and they will take great care of you. Even if you do not have seeing issues, if you see perfectly fine, you still need to go to the eye doctor. They can find all kinds of diseases just by looking into your eyes, and I'm going to be talking to them later on today, so be watching for that.
And also Northpark Mall, if you're looking for a cute outfit to wear to these shows next week, go in there. If you've not been in Northpark, it's kind of like when I walked into this Clinton High School, I went, oh my gosh, nothing like what we had it's the old junior high now, which is a great school, but this is like top notch. Same thing with Northpark. Pop in there, get your clothes. They have an eatery that's great. Take your kids. They have things going on all the time. And also Goodson, Crye-Leike Realtor, if you're looking for a house in Clinton or in the Metroplex area. I like to call it the Metroplex because we're all kind of a group. People say, where are you from? I say, well, I grew up in Clinton, but I love people in Flowood, Brandon, Madison, so we are kind of meshed. So Goodson, Crye-Leike Realtors, give her a call. The information of all this is on the description. So is the information on and how to get tickets? I'll let you say that.
Yes, you can click. Actually, the best way is to call up here. And are there tickets even left? I mean,
There are.
a few.
Getting those.
I know. I called 2 days ago to get tickets for Wednesday, and it was very limited. So, what's the phone number?
The phone
again?
number is 601-924-0707.
And if you want to come Wednesday night and sit with us, Cindy and I, Clinton alumni, please let us know. We'd love to have a whole row or 3. We would love that. So if you're our age, which is 29 and a half, get your tickets and come and sit with us and watch this show. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and thank you and Mary so much for all you do. And I know that this week before review is so busy for you. Thank you for meeting with us. And I'm just so proud of what you've done here and to have been a part of it made me even more proud. So,
Great kids, great families. It's well worth everything.
well, thank you. And thank y'all for joining us. Please share this. Let everybody know about Attache Show Choir, and we'll be seeing you around the town.